Hey bear! Hey bear! Let me in the water! Oh. Okay, ow! Oh. I just saw the man.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, right there.
The scariest encounters in the wild don't always begin with screams. Sometimes they begin with a road that gets too quiet, or a trail that looks safe until it isn't. In these stories, a forest campsite turns into a race from gunshots and moving flashlights while another rider finds a wire trap stretched at neck height across his path. So when danger's already waiting before you arrive, how do you know you're not walking straight into it? On June 7th, 2025, Madison Clydesdale, creator of the YouTube channel. Madison Clydesdale records her solo off-grid life at a remote cabin in British Columbia, Canada. Her channel focuses on cabin living, homesteading, and wilderness survival. In this episode, ordinary chores take place in an isolated setting where large wildlife crosses her land far from roads, neighbors, or quick help.
Hey bear! Hey bear! There were 3 black bears and a bobcat when I checked the cameras about a week ago. I think they go up into the mountain, then they come back down, walk through my path that's up here. I have to keep Kiro really close because I haven't seen any grizzlies yet, but if there's any cubs, they could charge at Kiro. This is the trail cam that's kind of in the middle of this path. This is a path that kind of cuts across up the mountain a bit, and it goes both ways. So I'm gonna check the screen here. Oh, goodness gracious. That was right there, just a day ago. One took a bite out of my solar panel. It still functions fine, it seems. This solar panel is probably not gonna work anymore. I knew there were bears, but these are 2 together. They're most likely a mating pair. So if this is the middle section, I also have a trail cam down at the other end of my property, and then I have one down this way. It is a bear highway. You know, I will take a bobcat any day over a bear, but I am grateful that they're just black bears that we're seeing. Okay, I took some time to really take in this footage. I've recently learned May to July is mating season. These 2 bears that are together are most likely a male and female. The male will follow around the female for a few days while it's trying to mate with it. It will protect it from other bears mating with it, and it's going to be territorial during this time. It looks like that was just a play fight, or the male was trying to get with the female and she said no, kick rocks. My guess is it's the female that's turning around and going back the same way they came from. The male continues on for a few minutes because if you look at the timestamps, it's all really close together. So the male will be Cinnamon and the female will be Spicy. Cinnamon keeps scratching his back. And what I've learned from looking it up, because I was like, is this bear's back that itchy? Why is only one of them doing it? It is a mating thing. So it's a male letting females know that he's available, and it's also a territorial thing. They have scent glands on their back and they're rubbing their scent on the trees for other females and other bears to know. It also shows how big they are. The higher that the scent goes and the higher the scratches go, the larger the bear. So it looks like he turns around after doing that and goes back after her and then wanders off into the distance. The next day, there's another black bear, and I know this one's different because it's not as red as the other 2. Those are the first 2 cinnamon type bears I've seen. I'm guessing this is also a male because he's rubbing his back on trees. He's doing the same thing. I kind of want to name this one Sid because of his nose. It's honestly really cute, and I am learning so much from seeing this footage.
Madison starts by reviewing her security cameras, confirming repeated visits from black bears and a bobcat moving across her property. She explains that bear mating season brings more activity, and one bear has already damaged her solar panel, impacting a vital power source. In this environment, minor damage quickly becomes serious. Here, signs only appear after something has already crossed a boundary.
I'm gonna give you guys a tour of the property by ATV. It's a one-man show over here. There's no cameraman, so I had to show the drone to explain how I'm getting these shots. But I think this is a really cool way to show there is no flat ground on this property. It is going to be hard to build on, but this area up here is where we want the main house to go eventually, hopefully, one day. This area up here is one of my favorites. They cleared it out, I think, for a tiny home, another one, whoever sold it to us. So there's a wood stack up here that I also have to bring down. This is where I want the future sauna to be built, and maybe a cold plunge, but there's no water hookup over here. So a ravine to that side, but no water in it, and a dried up ravine to that side. And I want to build a bridge, and that's kind of the main section where I think the house will go. But yeah, okay, back down we go. One of the reasons Parker and I built a woodshed right away is because there is piles of wood all over the property from trees that have fallen or have been cut down. And when they're just stacked underneath the trees, because it's an interior rainforest, they rot. It's really good wood now, but if it sits out here for over a year, it's gonna be rotten and no good anymore. So we have to transport this wood. This thing is just so much fun. Throw them, else it's gonna take me all day. All right, let's go back. Ooh, there's these beetles in here. They're going. This is the door I could not carry by myself in the last video. Oh. I'm only not wearing my helmet because I'm going about 2 kilometers an hour. That's my store wood pile. In the winter, I'll cover it with a tarp. A lot of people watching this are thinking, oh my gosh, I want to live that lifestyle, but it is work every single day. Work on top of your actual work. And I'm definitely grateful for it. I love it, but it's not for everyone.
She then turns to work around the property using an older Yamaha Kodiak ATV to move wood before seasonal rain comes in. Drone footage shows steep, uneven ground, emphasizing how difficult access can be. Madison keeps preparing supplies, knowing that outside help is limited, and delays can have consequences. Out here, preparation is the only protection against isolation. Later, Madison hikes into the Kootenay Mountains with her dog, Kuro. Melting snow leaves the terrain unstable, with frequent post-holing slowing progress. She shares survival tips about firmer snow in shaded areas and warns against melting red-tinted snow.
Oh. This tree is buried in the snow, so if I release it... Oh, it's really buried. Okay, it's too buried. I'll just go around. Just a gorgeous day. You can see all the snow on the mountain still. We're switchbacking, headed up over there. We're one of the first on the trail this year, it looks like, and there's definitely some fall down from the winter. There's no other footprints in the snow besides Kiro's. Beautiful, beautiful day. Haven't seen any bear scat on the actual trail yet, so that's great. Just got myself on an island here. Post hold, my leg went all the way under. I'm gonna try and get back without hurting myself. Should I try and walk on this or should I go back down? These trees are buried, which means the snow is deep here. I thought this was the trail. Okay. You are as light as water. Oh. Okay, ow. Oh, I gotta get back down there. I'm not as light as water. Oh, it's cold. Whew, that burns the leg. How do I get across this? Okay, it's not as deep here. Oh, ow! Ow! My ankle. Oh, ow, it's stuck. Okay, camera didn't capture it, but that rock, I basically slid and my foot went underneath the rock. This is just the side of a mountain, pretty steep. So that's the trail. This is a hill, but this whole trail is covered in snow. I can't go that way, it's too bushwhacky. It's midday, so all this snow is melting and I don't understand where the trail is. Well, we're almost at the lake, so I think I gotta just go for it. This is the kind of weather that someone can get lost in pretty easily. So it's all snow here, and if someone's thinking that they can follow their footsteps back, by the time you start heading back, even if it's like 15 minutes later, the sun could have melted your footprints and it'll be impossible to retrace your steps. We gotta hop this creek. Kiro, be careful. Be careful, honey. That looks like a trail. Oh! Wow, what a jump! Oh my gosh. I had to work up the courage for that one. Another tip, bring sunglasses. I usually don't like wearing sunglasses, I just wear a hat, but this is snow blindness. When the sun reflects off the snow, it can actually burn your face from below, and it's really hard on the eyes. So a hat isn't enough to keep your face from burning. You also need sunscreen. There's a little lake there, so that must mean that we're close. Hey bear! Hey bear! Oh yeah, it's covered in snow. We made it. Wow. Wow, I'm so happy to be here. Whenever you approach a lake like this, could be a moose drinking water or... That was beautiful, but it is time to go. One quick thing, so you see this red? It's not blood, it's runoff and it's toxic. And you don't want to scoop up and melt that snow. It's runoff from what? I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen. Okay, let's go get some lunch. First we got a post hole back. I'm coming back here in a month to go swimming. I'm so excited. I mean, I think it'll be melted in a month.
After reaching a frozen alpine lake, she heads back aware that conditions can shift without warning. Back at the cabin, she treats mold on the ceiling beams to stop further damage. The day ends quietly, but the risks remain. Viewers note that bears rarely seek conflict, but warn that quieter dangers, unstable, snow-silent, predators and isolation may be more threatening. In places like this, the most serious risks leave little time to react. When danger becomes routine, is the real threat what moves through the forest, or what happens when one mistake leaves no one close enough to respond. When the past refuses to remain quiet, entering places shaped by tragedy becomes a risky gamble. This investigation follows Angelo, creator of the YouTube channel Exploring with Angelo, who is known for traveling alone to remote and paranormally active locations to document the unexplained. One night, he returned to Mount 7 in British Columbia, a mountain both beautiful and dangerous, known for fatal accidents involving miners, lumber workers, suspicious deaths, and paragliding incidents.
It's also haunted. What we do know is that it's haunted by, probably people who used to work up in that area, which is a very dangerous spot to be in, especially during the winter. I have been up there during the winter time, and it is quite treacherous. So we do know there's deaths from, lumber workers, miners, all that sort of thing. And yeah, there's also something else going on up there. On multiple occasions now, I have seen something, and I don't know who or what it is.
Angelo believed the mountain was haunted and sensed a heavy presence there, something he had experienced more than once and wanted to understand. As he made his way toward the summit to camp, he reached a familiar spot and immediately noticed something wrong. The large metal fire pit that had always seemed like a permanent fixture was completely missing.
Smells so good up here. So I don't know if I'm tripping out or something, but I swear the fire pit is missing. What? So the spot is empty, and there's no one here, which is good. That means we might be able to camp up here again. I am obviously going to go to the top, because you have to. If you come up here, you literally have to go all the way to the top. But kind of confused. Where did it... Yeah, it's literally missing. Unless I'm tripping or somebody moved it somewhere. There is legit no fire pit anymore. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah, wasn't it like literally right there? Either someone stole it. I would not be surprised if that was the case. Yeah, that's weird. Odd. So yeah, there used to be like a building over here, which is gone now. I don't know why.
Unable to locate it anywhere, he wondered whether it had been stolen or whether something stranger was already beginning. As night settled and the tension rose, two loud, powerful knocks echoed from the woods, sounding far too deliberate to be natural. Carrying bear spray, Angelo entered the pitch-black forest where his flashlight revealed that the missing fire pit had somehow been moved dozens of feet away and hidden among the trees. As he went back to camp, a sudden crash made him rush back, where he found his heavy table and tripod violently knocked over with no one nearby and no logical explanation.
It sounded like something crashed. What was it? I don't see anything. Wait, what the f? Whoa! How the hell did that happen? What the f? Something knocked the table over. And my tripod. Okay.
Deciding to relocate, Angelo drove farther down the mountain and confirmed through GPS that he had unknowingly stopped at the exact spot where two bodies had once been discovered in a car, under suspicious circumstances. While exploring a narrow, crumbling road nearby, the night intensified when a sharp scream ripped through the forest, followed moments later by another scream from a different direction.
Holy crap. What the f? Holy f, I just saw him again. What the f? What the f? Guys? Oh my god, I'm sorry, but... Holy crap, that scared me. Oh my god. I just saw the man up there again. With the half-missing face? What the... What are you?
He then saw the same entity he had encountered before, a human-like figure with half of its face gone, appearing briefly in the darkness before disappearing. Terrified, Angelo ran to his car, only to find two unexplained handprints pressed into the hood, as if something had leaned against it while he was away. While skeptics may blame isolation, fear, or environmental causes, the escalating activity, physical disturbances, and repeated sightings suggest something more aggressive. Leaving one final question unanswered, was Mount 7 replaying its tragic past, or was something still there waiting for its next visitor? On September 18, 2025, creators Jasko and Chris from the YouTube channel Jasko entered Devil's Forest, a place linked to occult rumors, disappearances, and violent history. The channel documents overnight investigations at haunted sites, often where isolation adds real-world danger. Their plan was to van camp near Devil's Pond and record whatever happened. From the moment they arrived, the forest felt far from empty.
Yeah, it was very clearly a person standing there.
It looked like a hooded... That's it. That's it, right?
Wait, what?
Pasture.
It's really hard to see.
Pasture.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
After dark.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, wait. Okay, I see it now. What is that?
You
Oh, that thing in the middle right there?
Yeah. So we were just driving. The van is right there. We were looking for a campsite. We're going up the road. And we saw what looked like someone standing. And as you can see, it still kind of does. I don't know if that's like some sort of fabric or whatever that is. I slammed on the brakes. We backed up. But the thing is, right when we saw that, we saw a flash of light as well, almost like someone taking a picture. So we just got out to check it out, but I figured we'd document this just in case. We're hearing some really strange noises. Now, okay, we thought it was a person, and if that's just like a jacket or whatever, that makes me feel a lot better. However, that doesn't explain the flash of light. It looked like it was moving. There's a bag there. Now, my big fear right now is, did someone just literally take this off?
While driving deeper into Devil's Forest, searching for a place to stop, they saw a human figure standing near the roadside. Moments later, a sudden flash appeared, as though someone had taken a photo from the darkness. No explanation came, and the road ahead stayed silent. It was an early warning that they might not be alone. Soon after, they found a soaked bag of personal belongings left deep in the woods. Inside were clothes, shoes, an old stuffed bear, and a camera that no longer functioned.
Why is this wet like this? Okay, bro, I don't know. Was this here before the weekend? I mean, it's Sunday right now. That's really strange. Bro, this is like damp as shit.
Oh, what the hell? Alright, yeah, I don't know if we should be...
Oh, dude.
Is someone actually out here right now?
His face is like...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Who is this person? Why is everything wet?
I don't know. Makes no sense. I mean, it's been raining, but not that much.
Oh, wait. I will never... Matthew 7... Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What is going on right now? Bro, we need to get out of here, like, ASAP. I just saw something big move right in front of me. Almost like a person, but there's no one fucking there, bro.
Who's Matthew? Who's... Bro, did you throw something, or was that something?
No, I didn't throw anything.
Huh?
I didn't throw anything.
Oh, I thought you threw something to like
No.
scare something off. I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna open this quick and just check.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, there's shoes. There's a camera. It makes for the pictures, no?
Oh, the flat. That's the light we saw.
Shut the f. There's no way. No, there's no way. There's not even film in here.
Okay.
Or battery or anything. Let's take the battery.
1940s.
It looks like a bear from the 1940s.
It probably is. Ooh. White duct tape.
This just looks like someone's personal stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay.
Nearby, disturbing written messages suggested guilt and regret, but gave no clear answer about who had left them there. The forest was not just quiet, it felt unsettlingly personal. Later that night, Jasko started exploring the trails alone.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't plan on being long.
Okay.
I just kind of want to see if maybe the spirits like me being out here with night vision, the gun with me in case anything happens. So this is the Devil's Forest, guys. It constantly like feels like something is like walking behind me, which is so freaky. Dog. Yes. It sounded like something was just charging at me. Like right here. Guys, I'm sorry for screaming. That genuinely sounded like something charged at me. Sorry.
Occult activity.
Chris? Spirit box just said occult activity.
Mysterious.
It's very mysterious. Thank you, spirits. I'm hearing something walking in the distance. Okay. This built
1800s.
18. Okay, so something happened in the 1800s, clearly. All right, how about this? I brought a rock with me because sometimes it's a little hard to get the gun ready. I have a rock. I'm gonna throw this rock. I want you to throw a rock back at me. Kobe, go ahead. Whoa, what the? Yo. Correct. Okay, thank you. How about this?
Witch's portal.
Cool. A lot of people that died in the water here, they believed were witches. It's a crazy story. A lot. That was a clap right behind me. That was a clap like right here. Chris! Bro, that was right behind me. What is going on here? That's crazy. All right. Let's keep going. That sounded like something just like... Guys, it sounded like right behind me.
Investigate what happened here.
Investigate what happened? I'm trying... Who's following me? Okay, I'm hearing some weird noises right now. I just heard my name being called from down the trail by Chris. But Chris is in that direction. Chris? But if he's down there, then... What the f***? Yo! Who's down there? I'm going back. I definitely just heard my name. Sound like Jazz. And it definitely sounded like Chris. Oh my God.
As he continued, sudden sounds cut through the silence. Something rushing in the dark, clapping noises answering behind him, and then a voice calling his name. The voice sounded exactly like Chris. Moments later, they confirmed Chris was still at the van. That was when uncertainty became real fear.
We're about to do an SS method. When you come to an area like this with so much dense history, tragic history, and you find a chair near a body of water where it's rumored that many bodies have been found. So we're thinking max 15 minutes. So Chris, ask the questions, whatever you want regarding, Okay, 3, 2, and 1. See us move. Oh my God.
Make a noise in the direction you're standing and I'll watch.
Die.
Did you die in the water? Can you confirm that?
Close. Closer.
Oh my God. That was a fucking girl screaming. What is out here, guys? Can you guys tell Jazz what I'm hearing? Who just screamed? Bro. Okay, so I just heard on everything. A girl or a female scream come from there. 2 things just got thrown in the water. I don't know what's going on. I just want to let you know that there's shit happening around us. And if it keeps getting crazy, you can go ahead. I just want to let you know there's stuff happening. Are you guys throwing rocks or something in the water to get our attention?
No. Come closer.
Where do you want me to go?
Close. Please help. Listen.
I'm listening.
It's around. Stop you. Vicious.
Hello?
I'm going to hurt.
You're gonna hurt us? Why do you want to hurt us?
No to that.
Do you not like us being out here?
No to that. It's
You want us to
the second time you
leave?
said that.
We'll get out of here if you want us to leave. Just tell us. Another noise out there.
Leave.
Oh, behind us, behind us, behind us.
That's me.
That's crazy. You just said that's me. Is there anything that we need to know about tonight that we need to be aware of? You guys are moving around like crazy in the water.
This is my house.
Can you tell us where we should go tonight to explore? Are there any trails, any places in the forest we should go visit? That'd be interesting. Whoa, whoa.
Girl,
Who was that? It's right in front of us, guys. There's so much stuff going on.
don't move.
Okay, I'm not moving.
Warn.
Are we in danger right now? I see eyes.
Shut up.
There's something right behind us. I see eyeballs.
Hold on, I can't
Staring
hear you. I
right-
can't hear you.
Bro, there's something right behind us.
What?
Do you see that? Right there. Weird noises right now. It's moving. It's looking around at us.
At Devil's Pond, they attempted the Estes method. During the session, a scream echoed from the direction of the water. Through the spirit box, a threatening message followed warning of harm. As the investigation went on, reflective eyes appeared in the surrounding brush, silently watching from the darkness. The situation felt increasingly confrontational.
I just heard some weird noises outside. I just want to do a quick perimeter check. I didn't want to freak you out by opening the door, so I'm just gonna.
Good, bro. I'll watch out the window.
Okay. Wait a second. Hold on. Can you guys see that? Guys, there's a handprint right where I thought I heard something.
Probably should go back outside if there's something out there.
No, I'm good to stay in here the rest of the night. I really don't mind, but
I just woke up because I just heard some tapping on the window behind me. And I just swear to God, I just saw a shadow or something walk by the windshield. So I'm sure there's not somebody out here. I don't know. This is just odd.
Chris?
Yo.
Chris, did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
What was that?
That was so loud. Dude, look around, please. Double check. There's someone outside right now.
Bro, it sounded like glass shattering.
That was so loud.
Okay, I'm gonna go check outside. I don't know what that could have been. That genuinely sounded like glass, bro. Like, where the hell is he? Chris? Chris?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
I just saw eyeballs up there. It was right on the side of the road.
To the left or to the right?
The left side.
Something there?
I don't know.
Chris,
Dude,
it's
I don't
3 o'clock in the morning. Is there really someone out here messing with us?
No shot.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay.
Okay, get in the van. Get in the van. Get in the van. No. Chris. That was a gunshot. That was a gunshot. Did you see anything?
There's a light. There's a fucking light right there.
Oh! Oh shit! No, there's someone out there. There's someone out there.
There's a-
That's a light.
Is it moving?
That's a fucking light. It's moving. Chris, it's moving. There's someone outside the van right now.
I don't see anything moving. I don't see anything.
You don't see it anymore?
No, it's like gone. There's no. I don't see anybody.
When they returned to the van to rest, the tension intensified. A large handprint appeared on the vehicle where none had been earlier. Soon after, a violent sound rang out nearby like breaking glass. Then, in the early morning hours, a gunshot echoed close to the van. Flashlight beams began moving through the trees toward them. Afraid that armed people were approaching Jasco, and Chris started the engine and fled Devil's Forest without hesitation. The investigation ended in chaos driven purely by survival. Viewers were split. Some believed the voices, threats, and timing suggested something paranormal. Others argued the most alarming factor was human presence, weapons movement, and deliberate intimidation in a remote forest. If Devil's Forest is haunted, whatever lives there never needed to reveal itself. That night, the most dangerous presence was not unseen. It was armed, alert, and close enough to force an escape. On September 6, 2023, a solo vanlifer from the YouTube channel Nomadic Introvert finished her day over Labor Day in a quiet, nearly empty parking lot. Her channel is based on calm, minimal van life and personal habits. That night felt normal and controlled until isolation, silence, and one lapse of attention turned the van into a vulnerable place.
I found this empty parking lot. Nobody was here. It was in a pretty populated area, so I didn't think nothing of it when I parked. So I prepared to take a nap. I cracked the window to get that nice little breeze, and I left my curtains open so that I can see out of my front windshield in the event that I feel like something is up. While I was laying there, something told me to get up. It wasn't because I heard a noise or anything. It was just like a gut feeling, like, get up. Look outside.
The lot was motionless. No cars, no voices. Inside the van, she got ready to sleep, thinking the day was done. Then, a feeling of unease broke the calm, strong enough to make her sit up. No clear reason, only a sense that something outside the van no longer felt safe. That feeling came before the danger did. Moments later, the threat appeared.
And when I looked outside, I saw a white male approaching my van, headed straight towards my passenger side, and proceeded to walk around the back of my van and towards the driver's side door. And as he slowly approached the driver's side door, I hopped back, I shut the side window, I locked the additional driver's side lock just in time. No sooner after I locked it, he grabbed the driver's side handle and began to violently shake it, trying to open my door.
A man was heading straight toward the van, not wandering, not distracted. As he reached the door, she reacted instinctively, locking it just in time. His hand seized the handle and shook it hard, testing the barrier. In that silence, the van no longer felt like shelter.
After I locked the interior lock, he grabbed the handle and started to try to open my door. Now, were my doors locked? I can't tell you, fam. That's the first mistake. I always lock my door when I park, whether I'm in a place where I know the area or whether I'm in a place where I don't know the area. The first thing I do when I cut my engine is lock the door. What happened was when he was shaking the handle, when I ran up to lock the additional interior lock, I looked at my dashboard and I didn't see that red light blinking, which indicated to me that all the doors were locked. I remember after locking that additional locking, backing up. As I was backing up, I looked at the dashboard and I did not see that red light flashing, which means I don't think I locked the doors. When I didn't see that red light flashing, I wasn't sure. So I backed up to look for my key. I went to this table right here. It was closed. And I was like, crap, because that's where I normally put my key. I always put my key there, with the exception of that day, me breaking character. That's the second time I broke character. The first time I broke character is when I didn't see that red light flashing on the dashboard, which indicates all the doors were locked. So I know for a fact I didn't hit that lock button. So I'm looking. It took about 8 seconds. Throwing stuff. I found the key on top of the green container, and the only reason why I couldn't see it because my Yeti strap was covering it, and I had threw this top on top of the key. So when I grabbed the key, as I jumped in the front seat, he was still shaking the door handle trying to get in. Before I sat down, it was like one motion. I jumped, put the key in ignition, turned it, and sat down. Once I cranked up my van, he stopped shaking my driver's side handle, which means he didn't know I was in here, which blows my mind. How do you not know I'm not in here when you were coming up on this side window, I slammed it shut. You didn't hear it?
When the man moved away, fear did not leave it sharpened. She understood how close the situation had come to changing. Breaking her routine earlier may have left the door unlocked, and a delay of only seconds could have changed everything. Shaken but unharmed, she later shared the lesson that defined the night isolation removes second chances, and routine is often the only protection. Viewers focused on vulnerability rather than mystery, warning that isolation and broken routines are exactly what real-world threats wait for. The night ended without violence, but when danger arrives quietly, how many warnings do you get before it is already too late? On April 14, 2022, a channel named Moto Wild, with 373,000 subscribers, posted footage that felt different from its usual videos. The channel features wild motorcycle rides, tense road moments, and raw encounters while traveling. But this specific upload followed a Russian rider entering a stretch of forest he had never explored before. What he discovered there was not something anyone expects during a solo trail ride. The rider was doing what he loved, crossing unfamiliar ground, checking the route ahead and filming as he moved. The forest was new to him. He had no reason to think anything strange would happen.
Алло. Kam potečete? Is this the height of f***ing neck? So he was literally doing the trap, man. I have an idea. I don't need this. Maybe I should hide it. Let's keep on going. Oh, gas leaked out.
Someone had already passed through that part of the forest before him and left behind more than tracks. A wire had been stretched across the path at neck level. Other objects had been placed with intention. The arrangement was made to stop a rider in motion, not merely slow them down, but stop them. If he had been riding at full speed, the natural pace that comes when a trail looks open and safe, he likely would not have survived it. Trail safety researchers describe wire traps as among the most dangerous kinds of intentional sabotage on bike paths. Even at speeds of 20 to 30 miles per hour, a wire at chest or neck height can cause deadly injuries, broken vertebrae, internal bleeding, and severe cuts. This was not a random hazard. It had been built for a reason. The rider slowed and called into the trees. No one responded. Only the forest remained, along with the specific kind of silence that appears when something feels wrong. He came up with a plan. He tied his bike to a tree, climbed as high as possible into the branches, covered himself with leaves, and waited. Eventually, the person who had created the traps appeared. What happened next became a physical struggle. The rider climbed down from the tree, took control of the moment, and pushed the man for answers.
He's looking.
During the fight, the man briefly lost consciousness. The rider revived him and made it clear he would not leave without an explanation.
Kaj s tabo? Kaj s tabo narobe, ha? Zakaj to delaš? Kaj si hotel? Zakaj si ta kabel postavil? Zakaj si kabel postavil? Zakaj je bil kabel?
Ker se mi furate tukaj pošil.
In kaj si hotel doseči z njim?
Ti samo spit, pa se ne vrača več tukaj sem.
Kabel bom pogledal v zemljiško knjigo in zvedel, od koga je ta parcela, in najebal boš. Moja mami dela na nepremičninski, boš videl.
The conversation continued for some time and offered nothing useful. No clear motive, no answer that made sense. But as the rider left the forest, he found something that revealed more than the man had said. Hidden among the trees was a small structure, rough wood, handmade, the kind of shelter built by someone who wants to live outside everything and does not want anyone passing through. The rider stopped. He stepped off his bike. He swung an axe into the door. Then the video cut off. What was inside that structure? That silence may be the most disturbing part of the whole video. Most people who build hidden shelters in remote forests and string wire across trails at neck height are not doing it casually. Something had been happening in that forest long before this rider arrived. What do you think was inside that structure? Some days, the only thing that makes things feel manageable is going outside. The pressure piles up, and movement becomes the answer: speed, fresh air, and the kind of mental silence that only appears when your body is working hard. That was exactly what this cyclist was doing that day. The road opened in front of him. The scenery rushed past in a blur. Then someone stepped out from the roadside and swung something at him. It was a metal pipe, swung with force, swung deliberately. If the cyclist had reacted even a little slower, the blow would have landed cleanly. He could have crashed and suffered serious injuries from hitting the ground at that speed. He did not, but not because he had time to plan. He barely had time to move. What made the incident harder to understand was that none of it followed any recognizable pattern. Nothing was stolen. There had been no earlier argument, no road rage, no shared history, no connection between them. This was someone the cyclist had never met, waiting beside the road and attacking him for no clear reason. Random assaults on cyclists have been reported in different countries and often share the same setup: a quiet stretch, a lone rider, and a strike meant to cause real injury. In many cases, even after the attacker was found and questioned, no explanation came out that made logical sense. Some violent acts do not have a reason a rational person can understand. The cyclist kept his camera recording through the whole incident. That footage likely became important evidence afterward. Watching it, the most disturbing part is not just the attack, but how normal everything looked before it happened. The road was ordinary. There was no sign, no warning, nothing that seemed wrong. One moment he was riding. The next, someone was swinging a pipe toward his head. For a short moment, that was almost enough to end his life. Someone who stands by a road with a metal pipe and swings it at a passing stranger is not simply reacting on impulse. That requires preparation. What do you think that person was really waiting for out there? On January 11, 2020, a channel named Paranormal Findings posted a short video that soon spread beyond its normal audience. The channel centers on mysterious and supernatural topics, blending outdoor exploration with paranormal investigation and unusual encounters recorded on camera. This specific video was brief. What it showed was not. The creator and his cousin had built a base. They had planned the setup carefully. The entrance was fenced for privacy, and the area had been arranged with some effort. He was filming a casual walkthrough, showing the details and mentioning a nearby smell without much concern. Then he saw something in the distance.
Hey guys, I just wanted to show you guys my cool base that I made a while ago with my cousin. See, we got the entrance all fenced off. Well, that stinks. We got some chairs. What was that? Is that a cow? What is that? Oh, frick!
At first, he thought it was a cow. It was far enough away that the shape was not immediately clear, but then it began moving, and the way it moved did not match anything familiar. Whatever it was moved toward him on all fours. Its skin looked ash gray. Its arms were unusually long. The movement stayed low to the ground and looked wrong in a way that is hard to explain, not how an animal moves and not how a person moves. The sound of leaves being crushed beneath it matched every motion, which made the footage harder to dismiss. He got away. But the walkthrough he had planned, the casual tour of a place he and his cousin had built, ended the second that thing appeared. Footage like this is easy to doubt, but the synchronized sound and steady movement make it harder to dismiss than most. Whether it was an animal, a person, or something that fits, neither category remains uncertain. What do you think was crawling toward him? That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story. Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.